PlayStation 5 Showcase, and I did my, live reaction to it. Y'all can go and watch that. So in this video, this is going to be just me reviewing, discussing, and talking about everything, all the games that were shown, and the information that we learned afterwards that was not included in the showcase, that was interestingly and conveniently omitted. And I'm gonna, go through everything as I said, and just rate the show and give y'all my thoughts. But first, y'all know I'm a PlayStation fan, right? And I always believe the games come first. The games are the most important thing in this hobby that we do. Nothing tops the games, right? And it's a selfish hobby. I believe this hobby should be all about what you want, all the things that caters to you. And the reason that PlayStation is my preferred platform is simply because I believe they make the best games on consoles, right? But y'all know multiplats. I play all my multiplats on PC. But as far as like consoles go, PlayStation is my preferred platform. But PlayStation got to get this smoke. They've got to get this smoke. They got to get this work. Because, listen, there's no other way to put it. We have been, as Stephen A. would say, Stephen A. Smith would say, we have been hoodwinked, bamboozled, led astray, and flat out deceived by PlayStation. They lied. No other way to put it. There's no other way to put this. There's no beating around the bush. Now listen, I'm one of the people, I always say that all companies lie, all companies are anti-consumer. So I'm not the type of person that nitpicks the little white lies, little anti-consumer things here and there. I'm not the morality police and all that stuff. I don't do all this virtue signaling. Not that guy, right? There's a whole bunch of people like that on the internet. And I don't do that because all these companies do it. So if you're going to call out one for doing it, you got to call out every little thing they do it. So every little white lie, I don't care. It's no big deal to me. All of them do it. But when it's just blatant, brazen, straight up lying to your face on not small things, but large things, big details, call that out. It's like, I don't care about calling out PlayStation. I do that all the time. When PlayStation isn't catering to my needs and what I want as a gamer, I call them out every single time. Doesn't matter that they're my preferred platform simply because of the games. Because, I like it because they give me the games I want, not because they're just PlayStation. So they gotta get this work. Because they straight up lied to us. But let me get to reviewing the actual showcase, and we're gonna get to that. Okay, so let's talk about what was shown. Okay? So, Final Fantasy 16. This is going to be on PC, and it's a PlayStation console exclusive. So if you remember, there was somebody in the industry during the time when we learned that Spider-Man was going to be a PlayStation exclusive in Avengers, and everybody lost their minds, people were upset and all that stuff. There was somebody in the industry that said, he was on a podcast, I think, and he said, if you're upset about this, then you're going to be upset about the future third-party deals that PlayStation has in the works. He said that was like pretty much the tip of the iceberg. This is probably one of the things he was talking about. It's probably more on the way, of course. So this is going to be a console exclusive, and a timed exclusive. Most likely, I doubt it's going to be forever. And timed exclusives do have impact. It will make people go there to play it. It's probably going to go to Xbox eventually. I'm interested. If I do buy this, it's going to be on PC. So. Final Fantasy, I didn't beat Final Fantasy 15. I didn't even really buy it. I played the demo, and I just thought it was okay, but I wasn't really crazy about it. But 16 looks more interesting to me. I like the setting, the atmosphere. The combat seems similar to 15, but there's something about this that's just a little bit more appealing to me than 15. I know people who are fans of 15 even have their own a lot of
Grammarly does more than catch errors. With Grammarly, you can find really good, no, perfect words that make your writing sharp, or explicit, or excellent, or distinctive. As a matter of fact, for what it's worth, Grammarly can, yeah, that's long. We can get rid of that, and this, good, and this, or how about this? Grammarly helps you be concise. If your tone might make someone feel like this, Grammarly can remind you. It would help if you soften your tone. And if you need the support, Grammarly encourages you to write confidently.
Criticisms of that game, but something about this, the tone and the atmosphere, the ambiance of this game, it just appeals to me a little bit more. So I'm definitely interested in this game, and if I buy it, that's definitely a PC pickup. And there's definitely some Xbox fans, that they want more RPGs on their platform. So Sony's taking this option away. I know that's definitely, that's gonna suck for them. They might be a little upset about that. Harry Potter Hogwarts Legacy. I've never been a Harry Potter fan. I always thought everybody who, read the Harry Potter books when I was younger, when I was in school, them carrying around these 400, 500-page Harry Potter books, I thought they were all losers and dorks and nerds, okay? I'm just keeping it real with you. Listen, and don't let how I feel about Harry Potter, upset you. Listen, if you, I didn't read none of the books. I thought they were corny. I've watched all the movies with my wife because my wife is a fan. I thought the movies were just, okay. Quick story. I remember when I worked at a movie theater. This was during the summer. It was just a summer job when I was in college, way long ago. And the last Harry Potter movie was in theaters, and I worked in one of the theaters at the very end. And I remember it was obviously packed because of all these Harry Potter fans and nerds. I remember just all of them cheering. Something happened. I guess Harry Potter shot the guy. I don't know. Something happened. Shot the weird looking snake looking dude. I don't know. He looked like some type of skull. I don't know. But he shot him with his little Cintos or whatever. Shot him, killed him, and all these nerds stood up and cheered and screamed. I'm like, I was like, man, y'all are a bunch of dorks and losers. I'm like, oh man, they're a bunch of losers. But like I said, don't let how I feel, damper how you feel about the game. Be happy. Point is, I don't care about this Harry Potter game. I don't care about this IP. It's an RPG in the Harry Potter Hogwarts universe. Cool. I don't care about it. Not really. Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War. So PlayStation will get an alpha that starts later this week, September 18th to the 20th. That's a multiplayer alpha, and there was some cool. The game looks good. I'm buying this on PC as well. There was some cool things in this trailer. I believe this gameplay trailer was something we didn't see before that they haven't shown anywhere else. It was cool. It had some cool animations, some cool mechanics that I haven't seen before, like the body shield. He attached a grenade to a guy and kicked him away. There was some cool execution, so it was cool things like that. So yeah, game looks good. I've never been a fan of Call of Duty multiplayer, but y'all know I love the Call of Duty single player. I wish you kind of still were playing as Woods, because Woods is one of their best characters. But you're playing, another character with Woods in your platoon or whatever. Resident Evil Village. So, Resident Evil Village, they just keep pretty much showing us teasers about this for this game. I'm glad that they've returned to form as far as like the horror, the atmosphere, the creepiness, the eeriness with Resident Evil. They've got the tone back down. But they're not really showing us any gameplay. We didn't really see any gameplay. It's just more and more teasers, right? And I want to know, just like in Resident Evil 7, which I wasn't necessarily thrilled about, are we still going to be just shooting sludge monsters? Because that's really mainly what we did in Resident Evil 7. Is the gameplay going to be any different? I want to know what we're going to be doing. I want to see more, but they just keep teasing us with like story and stuff like that. I want to see some actual gameplay. So I wasn't really thrilled about that. That's all we got to see. Deathloop. This game has been delayed till 2021, as we know. I like the concept of this game. The concept of this game is similar to a game that's actually coming out next month. It's similar to the concept of a few games some that are already out. Like Ghost Runner, y'all should check that out if you haven't. That comes out in October. It's a similar concept. You can also say Ghost Runner, Ghost, Deathloop is almost like Hotline Miami-ish with some Dishonored mechanics in there, because it's made by the same studio, Arcane, so you could see the Dishonored influences in there, and it looks like a cool game. Like the concept, it's like this muscle memory, this trial and error, going through the level and killing all of these enemies in the most efficient way, assassinating them in the most efficient way. So I like the concept of it. I think that game's coming to PC too. I'm pretty sure it is. Yeah, it definitely is. That's a PC, another PC buy for me. So yeah, Deathloop, that's 2021. Devil May Cry 5 Special Edition. I wasn't crazy about Devil May Cry 5 when it came out. I bought it. It just didn't keep my attention. Never beat it. So this Special Edition is coming to PlayStation 5. Cool for those people who want to play it on PlayStation 5. Yeah. But yeah. And it's funny because I don't know why, but like I've beaten previous Devil May Cry games that I liked, but I just couldn't get into 5 anymore. So yeah. Horizon Forbidden West. So this wasn't actually in the showcase, but we got confirmation that Horizon Forbidden West is coming to PS4 and PlayStation 5. There's no release date, but it's coming to PS4 and PlayStation 5. This is one of the reasons why I said we've been hoodwinked, bamboozled, led astray, and flat out deceived. Because listen, PlayStation did all this yapping, all this gum flapping, this gum bumping about we believe in generations. Our first party games are designed for the PlayStation 5. We're moving forward. We're not looking back and all this other jazz. They said everything to that point and to that rhetoric. And now we learn there's a whole bunch of games. There's maybe not say a whole bunch, but there are several games that are going to be cross-gen PlayStation games. Now listen. If they would have came out and said this from the beginning, it wouldn't necessarily be a problem. Now listen, I still strongly believe that cross-gen games running on older hardware, hold back the ceiling, the full potential of game. I strongly believe that. But if they were at least came out and said that, yeah, this game is going to be, these games are going to be cross-gen, then there would be no this confusion from the fan base, because you told us one thing, and here's the thing: you told us one thing, and it's not like this just changed like in the last few weeks that you're gonna make these games cross-gen. You clearly always knew. This wasn't just a sudden change, and listen, it's okay if it's understandable that they want to take advantage of the install base, of the fan base on the PlayStation 4. There's over 110 million consoles sold. They want to take advantage. They want to get that money. But you still lied to us. You still frauded. Okay? They was doing some frauding around here. That's not okay. That's not cool. So, I'm not saying I'm not gonna buy these games or I'm not buying a PlayStation 5. Listen, PlayStation 5 is still day one. Still day one. That don't change. But that's besides the point. That has nothing to do with the point. It still makes me believe that whatever you have running in Horizon or Miles Morales, right? It had to run on a PlayStation 4 to be on a PlayStation 5. So it leads me to believe that there could have been some things that could have been better or could have been in the PlayStation in these games if they were PlayStation 5 only games that maybe possibly didn't make it into the game because it had to run on a base PlayStation 4. Because you gotta remember, we're not only thinking about PlayStation 4 Pros, we're thinking about base PlayStation 4s. Think about how antiquated and how dusty and how much of a toaster stapler the base PlayStation 4 is. That's my problem with this. Why? They got games run on base PlayStation 4s? That's not okay. That's not cool. And I'm gonna get back to that. So Horizon Forbidden West, we didn't see any gameplay, obviously, and that leads us to believe that this game is farther off than we possibly think. It could be like a 2022 game. We don't know. Spider-Man, Spider-Man Miles Morales. Game looks good. It's going to be a PS4 and a PlayStation 5 game. So the same thing applies what I said about Horizon Forbidden West. Okay? So we got some gameplay, Miles walking through a crowd. It was some combat. It was some QTEs. It was some cinematics, some set pieces and all that stuff. The problem, and this is fair critique, that I came straight to my mind when I was watching this, is there's too many QTEs and too many set pieces. Now, if you remember, when they first revealed the original Spider-Man, the first trailer was like this, right? So we know what the gameplay is going to be like in Miles Morales. We know it could be, Spider-Man has the potential to be very combat heavy with all the combos and the gadgets and powers and all that stuff. We know that. But still, this wasn't the best, in my opinion, the best way to showcase this game. Because, yes, they showed some direct combat with enemies and the new enemies and everything like that, but it was still more QTE and set piece heavy. We wanted to see more like free roaming and combat and stuff like that. So, yeah, that's my criticism of this. You know, all that QTE stuff and set piece, that it's very on rails. That's the problem with it. Like we could see all that stuff and we could get to all that stuff when we play the game. Before we play the game, we want to see more direct combat of somebody having full like control, like roaming the world and doing stuff in the world. I should say. So yeah, that was my problem with what they showed of Spider-Man Miles Morales. Also going to PS4 and PS5, like I said. Okay, where we at? We had 16 minutes. Okay. Demon Souls. This is going to PC apparently. And all this information, by the way, that I'm like criticizing PlayStation for, is omitted from the showcase. By the way, they omit this conveniently and interestingly. How convenient! Demon Souls going to PC. Definitely buying that on PC. You know, y'all know I love my Souls games. Going back to the original Souls game, just watching that gameplay is just so satisfying. Just like I said, it's like some type of like euphoria, like endorphins happen when you play a Souls game. It's just the formula doesn't get old and it's so satisfying. By the way, I watched the trailer for these games over again in 4K. They're on the PlayStation site, on the PlayStation YouTube page. You should definitely watch them in 4K. They look so crispy, so sharp, so good. So yeah, this is definitely. I believe it's been. I think I saw that they said they took down the trailer that said that it's also coming to PC. I don't know. Maybe they didn't want people to know that yet. If this is launch PC game, then I'm buying it on PC day one. If it's coming to PC after the PlayStation 5, then I'm buying it on PlayStation 5 and may buy it on PC later. But yeah, Demon Souls looks great. I love the vibrant color. Spider-Man's particle effects were great. Yeah, all these new effects, yeah, they look great. So there's certain things that we can definitely see are taking advantage of the PlayStation 5. Don't get me wrong. All these games that are on PlayStation 5 or PlayStation 4, there's going to be benefits on the PlayStation 5, right? Such as, you know, the resolution, the frame rate, the how it takes advantage of the controller. All of those things, there's going to be advantages. But still, old tech holds back new software. So there's going to be, you know, there's still going to be benefits of buying the PlayStation 5 for these games, but still, the point still holds up. Okay, Fortnite is going to be a PS5 launch game. Y'all know I don't care about Fortnite, but I don't know if this was confirmed before. I don't remember if they're mentioning Fortnite going to next gen, but it's probably going to be on everything as it is now. I don't care about no damn Fortnite. Cool for the people who do. Oddworld Soulstorm. Don't care about this game. Five Nights at Freddy's. Stop wasting my time. I personally don't care. Like I said, gaming is a selfish hobby. They confirmed God of War Ragnarok 2021. So we knew Corey Barlog on Twitter. You know, he's always dropping teasers and hints. We knew we were at least gonna get a JPEG, like a teaser of God of War, and that's what we got. We got a teaser, pretty much. And it's gonna be called God of War Ragnarok. And they said it's coming out 2021. I will bet any amount of money this game gets delayed, because most PlayStation first-party games get delayed. It's probably what's going to happen. So I don't believe this game is launching in 2021 at all. I think it's coming out in 2022. That's just what I think. And it'll be interesting because we know that PlayStation is doing cross-gen games with their first party. It'll be interesting to learn if God of War Ragnarok is also a cross-gen game. Because if we learned that, we at least know the cutoff. We know when the cutoff time is. The cutoff time frame of the point you started on when you started working on your game, then we can determine if it's going to be cross-gen